Well, I guess if he's been doing all the other things that he has done for more than 50 years, anytime I see Reverend Jesse Jackson, and it's good to see both he and Jackie, I often say that there might be somebody alive in the United States of America who have advocated more for black people than Reverend Jesse Jackson. But I don't know who they are. If they are, I don't know who they are. And so Reverend Jackson has been and continues to be an inspiration to not only people in America, but people all over the world. And you will never hear me say that he's gotten old or you need to step aside. I tell you, if he step aside, I'm gonna go get him and drag him back. But you know, as Maxine is on her way, I was reminded of what we are facing in this country. We just finished an interesting election. And that election reminds me of the election of 1876. Some folks don't know much about it. But we had an election kind of like this in 1876. Neither one of the candidates got enough votes to be declared president. And so it threw the election into the House of Representatives. The House created a commission and decided that whatever the commission found was what they were going to do. One of the candidates went around to the people from the South, a guy named Rutherford Hayes, and he said, if you folks vote for me and I win, I'm going to give you back control of your states. At that time, the federal government had troops in the South to guarantee protection for these newly freed slaves. And so they voted for Rutherford Hayes, and he pulled the troops out of the South. And guess what? It almost put the South back into slavery. Almost, not quite, but almost. Before then, blacks were in control of state legislatures. And guess what? We just got 3 super elections in the state of Illinois day before yesterday because we elected 3 African American mayors in substantial cities. Aurora, which is the 2nd largest city in the state. Waukegan, outstanding young fellow there who was an alderman. Now he's going to be the mayor. And Peoria. And so black folks really have not gone to sleep in some of these little towns. And there's nothing wrong with being black. There's nothing wrong with articulating black. There's nothing wrong with understanding black heritage and black culture. And that's why this event and the rest of the week that Mary Green and those who have helped her have created with exhibited courage, something that's black. You know, when I was a kid, they used to tell us that if you drank coffee, it would make you black. The idea was to keep you from drinking coffee. And so all they had to do was tell you coffee would make you black. My mother was fairly fair-skinned, so we'd say, well, if it's gonna make you black, why ain't you black? She said, look, don't question me. Just do what I say and know what I tell you. James Brown hadn't said it yet. But you know, there used to be a time when the worst prison in the world was supposedly in Calcutta, India. And they called that the black hole of Calcutta. When the stock market crashed in '29, they called that Black Friday. We used to play a game at church when I was a kid, and it was a heaven and a hell party. And you would pull a raffle ticket. If you pulled heaven, you would get some ice cream and cake. If you pulled hell, you'd get hot chili. And so this notion of blackness is something that had to be cultivated. Something had to be developed. Something that had to be appreciated. Something that had to recognize that, I know a little girl wrote a poem, I just loved it. She said, she's 12 years old. She said, no chains on my hands and no chains on my feet, can't you see? But the chains on my mind are keeping me from being free. And so this helps us to take chains off of our mind. Some folks used to wouldn't even wear black colored clothes. They said, no, I don't want to do that. But thank God for James Brown. Stokely Carmichael. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. Say it loud. I'm black and I'm proud. And so being proud of who you are, what you are. And I am so proud of this group of outstanding women who have been recognized for their talent and creativity this evening. I bought a house from one of them. I was at another one's wedding. I live in the community with another one. Matter of fact, I was saying if Barbara Bates was gonna make me a tuxedo for free, the way she do all these kids when they graduate from high school and get ready to go to the prom, I go back and enroll at Marshall High School or someplace. I mean, when you find people giving of themselves, back in Washington, they're trying to take away every game